The Sports Ball Stuff podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Sports Ball Stuff with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the major sports stories that intrigue us and the little stories that enrage us.
So
We're back.
Frustrating match. I think it was a deserved draw, but
We were due because we've had a couple of pretty good matches.
No, we have, and we're on the road, and now they're playing midweek games and weekends, and then when we're about to get in, I think we play Boxing Day and New Year's. We've talked about this. So it's bound to happen, and they rotated some guys today.
Yeah. Meat Grinder starts next week.
They rotated some people. They gave up.
He has to find, not other options, but you can't run Tanaka and Rothwell out every single game and have them play 90 minutes every game.
And you can't do that with Pirro either.
Right.
Which, I guess this game did show that, if he doesn't get the midfield right,
correct,
it can go a little sideways.
Yeah. And you don't want to be in a constant defense posture in your box, because what the weakest spot that has been exposed this year is Meslier.
Yeah, they were talking about him being transferred out. He did make a couple of mistakes.
Yeah.
But we've been saying that for years, and we're like, oh, he's young. But you know what? Now it's like,
that's not an excuse.
Off the pot at this point.
Well, as you pointed out, he has 2 seasons of Premier League experience.
Right.
He had half a season in promotion
to get them promoted.
So,
and now he's had a season in the championship and this year.
Right. So, and he's just making boneheaded.
That's
4
years?
Yeah, really dumb mistakes.
Let's see. Half a season, 2 Premier, and now... So, 4 years total.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know nothing about the backups at this point. I haven't done a deep dive on the backup goalkeepers. But... if the club thinks that we've got enough backups and we can get some money for him right now, I'm okay
totally fine with that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, again, at this point, if you can keep your defense healthy, then they could put you in goal.
And you know what? And
it
I
would
was
be
just
fine.
about to say, Rodon and Sturrock, he's found his 2
That's the
center
soul.
backs.
That's the
he's
soul.
found his 2 center backs, and he has been experimenting with the wings.
Yeah.
Let's see, who did he have this week?
Well, remember,
Bogle and Byram.
Firpo's still out. Yeah.
Firpo's hurt.
Yeah.
Which,
just think about it. We are now shitting on Meslier and being like, oh man, if we could get Firpo back.
Firpo's good for his couple of mistakes. He really reminds me of Juan Cuadrado for Juventus and Colombia. Fantastic when he's fantastic, but he is good, solid over-under. Always take the over 2+ errors a match.
Yeah, but it's like I've been saying, is that I think Firpo needed the right manager. Yeah, and I think Farka does that. Whereas, Meslier is not blossoming under Farka. And
no. He's the same Meslier that he was 4 years ago.
Right.
Which is probably why
when we had a bad defense.
Which is probably why he hasn't gotten a call up to the French national team, even as a third option.
Yeah.
And this is the kid that we absolutely gushed over for 2 or 3 years there. But now a pattern's...
Well, you're not seeing a progression.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just the same old Meslier.
And I was going to say, you take Firpo...
It's the same iteration.
Yeah, or he's regressing. He's becoming... worse, or he's not iterating. He's just he hasn't changed. And, usually, I mean, goalies will go from, like, when they're young, like, chasing after shit, running out of your box.
It's known.
And then eventually they learn, like particularly somebody of his height, like, just hang back on the baseline. Use your height to your advantage.
Goalies do tend to age well.
Yeah, they should, yeah.
Because at that point, it's reflexes are reflexes, but like being able to read the game and read angles and stuff, like you should be at balls coming into the box, like you should know all of that.
Yeah,
all of your angles should be
I agree,
fine.
yeah.
But he just tends
you should be the unofficial captain.
Exactly
on the field.
You should be the loudest man on the pitch,
right?
Because guess what? You see everything. But yeah, okay. Melier not even hate, but just Melier aside.
It's just it's just
it's
disappointing at this stage.
Yeah, it's like a father being a little.
Because like if he was progressing along with the team, then you would have. Granted, we have a great goal differential, but
yeah, no, it's because like beating Middlesbrough 3-1.
Yeah, but it's also that's not because of Melier. That's because of
our
Rodon.
Defense. Yeah, our defense is solid.
And,
Let's see. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah, look at this. Dating back to the beginning of November.
Dating back to Jesus.
in November, but a month before he was born. They've played 9 matches. They've given up 0 goals, 0 goals. Oh no, I'm sorry. 0 goes 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, and then the anomaly in there is the match against Swansea City where it was 4-3.
Yeah.
But you're talking
that was just a straight shootout.
More clean sheets, and when they're giving up a goal, it's no more than 1.
Right, yeah.
Other than that anomaly, which tells you, and that's home and away equally. Let's see, away.
Right,
away,
and you don't want to like.
Jesus Christ.
And that speaks more, but from what we've seen, that speaks more to the total defense.
Correct.
Which is, it's like
I'd love to see expected goals there, but whatever.
That's the sad part to me is that when you sit there and you go, oh, like the whole defense is great. The weak spot is the man in goal.
And it's always because of a mistake or two.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He still rolls it out sometimes, like to the wrong side. Why are you rolling into double coverage?
Yeah, him scanning the pitch with the ball is a little scary.
Yeah.
He rushes shit too much. So, all right, Juventus. We drew again. Oh, God, imagine that.
It's not a loss, though. Listen to what I'm... It's not a loss.
So No, we haven't lost in Serie A this year.
You saved all your losses for Champions League.
We're in 6th place. No, we beat Manchester City last week.
Yeah, I know you did.
Convincingly.
Yes.
And then shit the bed against bottom of the table Vesnia.
Well, apparently that's the trend this year. A lot of teams are convincingly beating Man City.
When Manchester United beat you with 2 goals in the final 12, 15 minutes.
And you gave up a stupid penalty.
You're washed.
Yeah.
You're washed. Juventus could beat Man
and
City.
And
we did.
They haven't even gotten the sanctions yet.
No, they're putting those off.
Yeah, because they want to see how bad this team... there's no reason for them to be that bad.
No, they're missing Rodri.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Ballon d'Or winner got it. But, whatever. So, Juventus drew again. We're in 6th place. I think the league is out of question at this point. I'm just being serious. I don't... Great, we don't lose, but we don't win either.
Yeah.
But here's the funniest part before I want to move on to other football news. The fans after the match, because all the teams win or lose, they do their salute and they go down to the ultras behind the goals.
Yeah.
And boy, did the ultras let them have it this week. Especially Dusan Vlahovic, who is our big money striker, but he can't score goals, and he's got a really bad first touch. But his hold-up play is well, and he can score the occasional goal here or there, but we're paying him way too much money. And apparently they were yelling that he is not worth the money, and he shouldn't be wearing the Juventus jersey. And he took offense to that because he's Serbian, and, they don't take shit from anybody. Any of those Eastern Europeans guys.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So, that was a whole hoo-ha thing. And, we've got a lot of injuries, but still, man, you can't be drawn at home against the bottom of the table team. Like, you cannot do that. You can't be scrambling.
That should be the one that sparks a winning streak.
Right, especially after you beat Manchester City in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I think it's the first time ever that an American has assisted another American for a goal in the Champions League.
And it was a beautiful goal.
Oh my Christ, was it? And so Danilo started it, but McKennie passed it to Weah, who had to take a couple of dribbles, block shot, and then back to McKennie for the scissor kick.
Right, yeah.
My son loves his scissor kicks in the Champions League. So, but Juventus looks good in the Champions League. I don't know why. Maybe it's injuries and we can't rotate the team like we want to. That could be it. Or, we just fall asleep defensively like the New York Rangers do. So
good, yeah. Nice tie in there.
Right. Okay, so back to the Premier League. Liverpool. Who would have thought that Liverpool would be in first place? Although they had a hiccup this past weekend, and Chelsea's coming along, but
I mean they paid for it, so
they better be at 1.17.
I mean the story is Nottingham Forest in the top four.
Exactly. And I watched them play.
Which even
this weekend.
Even in Brentford's second year back up or up in the Premier League, they didn't get that high. This is old school Nottingham Forest.
Glad you said that. Here's a stat. You ready for it?
Brian Clough. Nottingham
They have
Forest.
just as many Champions League trophies as Juventus.
Yeah.
It wasn't called the Champions League, but it's the same trophy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly where I was headed with this last 2 minutes, is Nottingham Forest.
No.
And they had to come from behind and scratch and claw for a winner. They remind me of Leicester when they won the title. Yeah. That's not get it twisted. Nottingham Forest isn't winning the Premier League. But they are scrappy as fuck, and they can score goals when they need to.
Yeah.
And they are disciplined.
It's a very good, high 80s across the board.
And they are managed properly, and their shape is always there. They don't get too out of whack, people too far forward. No, they are they are coached well.
Yeah,
they
that
do
dude.
Everything well.
Their manager
granted,
is
they're in the
really
top
good.
four ahead of teams like United and Tottenham and City. These big name teams, and they're in the top four legitimately. They will be tested the next month because let's tell it like it is. They don't have the depth that some of these big clubs do.
Sure, yeah.
But pick up a couple of wins over the next month and maintain, and they will be good. I guess the thing I'm saying is good on fucking Nottingham Forest.
What's he say? I mean, you look at the Premier League now. So I mean, you mentioned top three clubs: Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal.
Exactly.
And then under Forest is Man City, but then you have Bournemouth, Villa, Fulham, Brighton, Tottenham, Brentford, Newcastle.
Fulham.
Yes.
And then Newcastle and United. Just think about that.
And then West Ham. The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Sports Ball Podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.